All right, so welcome into Study Ball. We got the news that Jackson Dart is going to be the starter in New York. And I know it's easy, as always, to point to the quarterback and the lack of success with the offense and put it all on Russell Wilson. And when I do these breakdowns, to me, it's all about giving context. You can have your feelings about who Russell is at this stage in his career. I don't think he's a great quarterback at this stage and having to play drop back football, but I still think it's important to understand what the issues are there and not just kind of see the stats, see the big picture, see they haven't scored any points and throw it all on Russell Wilson. To me, the biggest issue, and the reason I think context is important, because we're going to put in a young quarterback. And if it doesn't go well early, there needs to be context to what was going on before, what's going on moving forward, and how things look. And so to me, the biggest issue has been in the tight red zone. This team has got into the tight red zone, so inside the 10-yard line on 7 different drives in their 3 games, which ranks 8th in the National Football League. So they're moving the ball and they're getting it inside the 10. On those drives inside the 10, they scored 1 touchdown, which is the worst in the National Football League in terms of touchdown percentage. Russell Wilson has dropped back 17 times inside the 10-yard line. And that's what I'm going to take you into today. Is I want you to see the throws and the opportunities that he had or didn't have in this area of the field, because to me, this has been the biggest issue with the Giants. In one game against Dallas, they scored a lot of points. It was a bunch of chuck it up, big plays, guys making one-on-one plays, that sort of thing. But you get down tight into the red zone, and it's about details, and it's about play calls, and it's about being efficient as players. So let me take you into the context of inside the 10-yard line, those 7 drives that the Giants have had, and what's been going on, and then you can make your assessments on, is this about Russell Wilson? Is this about something bigger than Russell Wilson? All right, so here we go as we start to dive into it. All right, so week number 1, okay, so really quick, I'm going to run by this, okay? So he's had 2 completions in 17 dropbacks. Here's one of them. It's just a wide receiver screen that goes for basically no yards. Okay, they come back in this game. They have a little RPO right here. Russell decides to keep it. Boom. Ball right there. Should have been caught. Now, again, I don't know where this is going. Corner's going to come up, probably make the tackle, 3 or 4 yards. Okay, but that's another one there, and you can say what you want. Maybe you hand it off. I think if you hand it off here, even if your back's going to cut it back in this situation, here you've got a defender here that's ready to fill this right here and make the tackle. But again, you have to read that as a quarterback. But okay, here's another one. All right, so now situation here. Now Russell maybe moves a little bit quick, something that he kind of does, I think at this stage, tendency to drop his eyes and want to create a little bit. But with all that being said, I mean, just looking at what we've got here, we got a go route here with safety help. In that situation, you got double there, you got bodies there, you got one-on-one. Maybe your best option is your back one-on-one on a linebacker, but you got to get this one into the end zone here. It's 3rd and 10 in this situation. And so this becomes a run by Russell Wilson, maybe the best option that he's got on this play. Really nothing going for him right here. Okay, so then we come back and it's 4th down here and we decide to go for it. And you guys tell me, okay, where are you going to go with this football? Covered, 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 back coming out. 2 guys there to be able to cover that as Russell's trying to go through his progression on 4th down. There's no way to throw it, okay? Trying to create, trying to make something, puts it in there, tries to make a play to Malik, but just nothing going on that he could have really done a whole lot different. And to me, this has become the theme of their red zone. Okay, we're going to have a little play action right here, trying to fool them. Big tackle eligible right here. But again, I don't know what you're doing right here. You don't have anybody but your tackle out there running. You got bodies everywhere. just got to throw this one away. Okay, down here in the tight red again. Trying to do little naked bootleg right here. And you go out to this side. And again, where are you throwing this right here? Trying to look and find somebody backside. Bodies everywhere. And again, you know, good luck trying to fit that in there with all these bodies moving. Nothing popping open, nothing easy for him as a quarterback, and just trying to save some stuff, throw it out of bounds, live for another down. Okay, so here's the other down. Okay, so now we come out, and here's the situation. 3-on-2 over here. 3-on-2 over here. Back coming out 1-on-1 on Bobby Wagner. Probably the best opportunity that we have right here. And again, where are you going to throw the football? There's no opportunities to throw the football. Now, maybe you say Jackson Dart can create and run this in where Russell can't. Maybe that's where he gives you an advantage. But this, to me, has been the biggest issue at this stage in the season for the Giants, has been their lack of ability to create any easy opportunities in the red zone. Okay, here's another one. Okay, we get the 1-on-1. Man, he's going right here to Neighbors. That's probably the best opportunity that they've got, even though there's bodies all around it. Probably the best opportunity. Comes back, boom, he's ready. I mean, he's already throwing this thing. Good anticipation to try to hit that window. Ball gets knocked down at the line of scrimmage as that guy gets pushed back into his lap. All right, one more shot at it here. And you just kind of say to yourself, okay, again, it's almost like the same play that they had before, but instead of this guy going in, now he's going to the corner. So at least trying to get a high-low here off of this cornerback. But this is such a tough thing to do from this tight down here, because that corner that's sitting there really has about 8 yards that he has to cover. All he has to do is sit outside the flat, and he can break on the flat. Okay, so he's there. And then you got to put almost a perfect throw, and it's actually a pretty good throw, but you see how easy it is for the corner to play both of them. I'm going to play the flat. Now I'm going to fall back and play the corner, push my guy out of bounds. Like, there's just very, very little opportunity here. Perfect read. It's about the only thing that you can do. Decent throw, but it's just really, really tough to make that throw. All right, so lots of opportunities against Washington. Okay, so now here we go again. Again, I'm not really sure the concept. Maybe this is one that Russell could have had. Okay, so they're going to run flat here, corner here, and it looks like we're going to push across the field, and then this guy breaks back out too. And maybe a little window right here. Okay, right there. Okay, I think that's where he's trying to fit it in there. Puts a little too much mustard on it. Wandale not able to get his eyes turned quite fast enough. So I'll give you that one. Maybe that's a miss right there by Russell Wilson into a tight window against Washington. All right, now let's go against the Cowboys. Okay, so here we are. Again, don't think Russell is supposed to be rolling out here. So again, maybe an issue, but I mean, just tell me, I mean, as this plays out, where are you throwing this? If you stay in the pocket, if you go out of the pocket, I mean, there's no flat coming here, got a guy. Going here, we got a guy. Got a guy, okay? Got a guy. Got two guys on that guy. And so, again, there's just not many opportunities, so go try to create and make a play, but nothing really to be made right there, and just try to throw it in for a completion. Maybe move the chains there if you can. Okay, here's another one. All right, so where are we going? Okay, he chooses to the right. And again, you can say what you want. Maybe there's an opportunity here. I think this is tight end over here on this one. Yeah, big tight end on Trayvon Diggs, but maybe there's a shot there if you want to take a chance at a skinny with the tight end against Trayvon Diggs. Okay, that's a possibility. I get it. And then maybe you can work down to your back, one-on-one over there. But he's choosing this side over here. I think he believes that he's got man-to-man coverage, so you get man-to-man coverage. This is a play that you like against man-to-man coverage because you're going to come off and do this, and you hope to get the corner route over here. Looks like man-to-man, but they do a nice job with these two guys of comboing this. Okay, so instead of the inside guy covering the inside receiver and the outside guy covering the outside receiver, they're simply going to pass this off. And so, boom, right there, they pass it off. They play it perfectly. There is no opportunity to this side for Russell Wilson. So again, it's run out here, try to make a play. Nobody really open, got to throw it away. Another one against Dallas. All right. So, again, just you tell me. Nope. 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 Because you got a guy inside here too. You got this off corner fade to the backside. There's just nothing happening. Nothing going on. And, you know, again, this has been their biggest problem is the lack of scoring points and being able to put the ball in the end zone. And I had people call me or text me after this game and go, did you see Russell Wilson in this last drive down in the red zone? I mean, what's he doing? Throwing the ball away and doing the stuff that he's doing. Okay, let's just keep on going here. Okay, so I like the design of this play right here. Okay, so a little bit unique right here where they're going to run a shallow and then they're going to run this return right here. And what they're trying to get is Wan'Dale man-to-man where he's just going to stick this guy and then he's going to run a fade. And so all of it looks like, oh, we got it right here. Right there, he freezes the guy, sticks him to the inside. There's going to be the fade route, but this guy's playing off coverage right here. He's sitting back, not jumping his guy, so he's playing that fade right there. So only other option is this one right here. Get it to that guy, complete it, okay? One guy that's really open in that situation, he puts it on him, and we get a completion. Okay, so then we're going to come back from this tight alignment, and we're going to run basically double outs on both sides. Okay, so it's 4 out routes on this particular play. And usually just pick a side, but doesn't matter. I mean, pick any side you want. Nope, 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 nope. Nothing there. Guy coming free on Russell Wilson. Again, it's just make a play, nothing to do. So he just launches it up over the top. Because again, he's just living for another day because there's absolutely nothing and no separation whatsoever here. Okay, so go to an empty set. All right, so he chooses the right-hand side. Okay, and so maybe you say, right there, like there. I mean, that's the throw you got to make. Is Wan'Dale breaking out with a guy underneath playing cover? Like maybe, maybe that's the throw. Obviously, this one's off here, but again, this is a choose a side type play. We could come down here and say, okay, maybe there's an opportunity right here. If he comes to this side, bang it on him before they get over here to take this away, because otherwise there's nothing else open on that side. So these are your 2 opportunities right here. Maybe he missed that one right there. But again, it's 3rd down and 10. Trying to get into the end zone. I'm not sure, but again, just tight windows everywhere. And so again, throws the ball away. And you tell me, what do you want him to do? I know he threw the ball away. I know he threw it out the back of the end zone, but there's nothing there. And there's bodies around him. And, you can take a sack, try to run around. You can throw it away and live for another down. So he lives for another down. Okay, and here's that other down. This is what we got here. Okay, so again, soft coverage on a go route, no. Double teamed, no. One-on-one with the tight end, which is where he's trying to go. Double teamed again here. And a fade on the outside. So he's trying to go to this tight end on the inside, who it appears to me probably has a read here, where he either takes the middle if he thinks he's got it, or he hooks up If he thinks the guy's running high, here he's trying to hook up, throw him by. Russell has to step up here with bodies. He's trying to flip it over the top, I think, thinking, oh, he's going to try to run by him right there, and he doesn't. But again, I mean, even if they read this correctly, I mean, it's a tight throw. It's going to have to be perfect. It's going to be a bang-bang throw, catch. And so this is what we're looking at. This is what the Giants have had all year long. Okay, so that's been their tight red zone on the season. 7 trips in there, 17 passing attempts for Russell Wilson, and this is what he had to work with down there in the red zone. And so, again, I'm here just to try to give context. Yes, it hasn't been good. Yes, you got to make some kind of changes because it hasn't been good. But I want to make sure I give everybody out there context on what I'm seeing and what the biggest issues are. And right now, to me, the biggest issues are being able to create some opportunities down there for your quarterback. I don't care if it's Jackson Dart or Russell Wilson. Care who you like better and how you feel about both of them. You got to do a better job of giving them some opportunities down in the red zone if you want to score points. Hard to score points from outside that 10-yard line and get big plays all the time. They got it in one game. They scored points. Got down tight in the red zone. This is where they've been stalling for a long time, and this is where the Giants have to get better if Jackson Dart, as he's entering now, if they're going to win some games and put points on the board, they've got to create some opportunities for their quarterback down in the tight red zone.